Now, imagine if you or your daughter or your wife weren't able to get access to sanitary products when you need them. It seems like such a basic right to have the right things to make a period bearable. Even in the United Kingdom, poverty, taboos and cultural beliefs about menstruation can mean some women having to stay out of public and even away from places of worship when they have their period. Now, a charity which works with women in other countries has turned its attention to Sikh communities here in the UK. They're launching a period policy at the country's oldest Gurdwara this weekend. Gurpreet Singh Anand is a senior committee member there.
It's something which I've never really discussed with my wife or with my sister, and during conversations after going forward with launching a period policy, my sister told me that there have been times that people have rang her who've been at the temple and asked at the Gurdwara and asked if she could bring some sanitary products with her because someone needed some. So it is something where I think we need to have more openness, more discussion, and to make sure that it's not something people are embarrassed about or feel shamed about.
Well, Manjit Kaur is the founder of the Period Dignity Charity, which is called Binti. He joins us now. Manjit joins us now on the programme. Morning, Manjit.
Morning, how are you?
Not bad at all. Good to talk to you. I mean, you started your charity to work in India. Why have you turned your attention to the United Kingdom?
Well, we've been in the UK, working for the last 5 years. But essentially, this policy that we're launching today is really to tackle the issues that we find exist. So, for example, most women that we've spoken to will have used toilet paper in between buying menstrual products. And when you hear that, it sounds quite shocking, but we in England or the UK, we use toilet paper to manage our periods because we don't always have access to products. And this, of course, the reason for this is because we have toilet paper available with soap in most public spaces. Also, we know that people can't really explain what a period is, or in our community, to make sure that we understand that our religion doesn't actually say that we are restricted from participating in any services within the Gurdwara, but also that if we have any ideas that we can't do something, it's more cultural.
What kind of taboos exist in the Sikh community about this issue then? Why are we facing this situation?
So sometimes women might be told that they can't participate in doing work in the kitchen area of the Gurdwara, or that there's other rituals where it's kind of a difficult one to explain, but just general rituals within the Gurdwara when you're on your period. Some women have been told they can't do that, and it's not true.
It's not true. There's nothing documented about this. There's nothing in the history of the community to say that this should be the case.
No, in fact, in our religion, what we find in our Gurbani actually, that we can read scriptures that say that women are equal to men, and there's a couple of paragraphs from what Guru Nanak Dev Ji has said, and a statement that we all know is, "From her kings are born," and this is kind of something that clearly announces that women are equal and that there is no restriction around periods.
So what do you want to do? Obviously, there's an education process to go on here, but in practical terms, what's got to happen?
So we're putting in menstrual products in the toilets so that any woman of any faith can walk into to the Gurdwara and make sure that she can have access to menstrual products. That's the first one. The second one is to talk within our community and make sure that they understand what a period is. And then we're reaching out to other Gurdwara to join on board, but then other religious institutes like the Hindu mandirs who have their own issues around stigma and taboo.
So it's not just Sikhs, Hindus are affected as well. Any other faiths or community you're aware of?
Well, I would say, we all are. For example, in the UK, most women will shove their menstrual products up their sleeves when they're in an office environment because they don't want other people to know. We use blue liquid in adverts to show the absorbency of pads. That kind of perpetuates the secrecy and shame from a very young age. So it's all of us. When I say that we don't have access to menstrual products and we use toilet paper, that's all of us women. It's not a particular culture.
Obviously, this is a long-term campaign. You say you've been working for 5 years in this country to help various communities around the world, and particularly in certain countries. But a lot of people will be very surprised to hear what you're saying about the broader community in the UK.
Yeah, I mean they will, but it's one of those things we don't talk about it, right? And when we don't talk about it, then we aren't aware that women actually suffer as a consequence, even with their health. If we're not talking about periods, we don't know what a normal period is, and hence why we don't go to see our doctor until maybe we want to have children, and then we find out too late.
Manjit, thank you very much indeed. Manjit Kaur from the Period Dignity charity, which is called Binti.